Good day, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful day. A wonderful day. Hey, hey, hey. Hope everybody is well. We have some amazing things for you today. And I want to go ahead and quickly get started. So if you know anyone that needs to be in here, go ahead and ping, ping, ping. Share this. Welcome YouTube. Welcome Wisdom. And welcome Clubhouse. Um, we are moving. We are headed exactly where we need to be. We're in the right place at the right time. Always. This is your best day ever. This entire day is going to be your best day ever. I don't care how you woke up this morning. I don't care what the weather is outside. It is your best day ever, and it's going to stay that way. So I want to check in on everybody from yesterday. How was yesterday? How did it end up? Yesterday was really, really amazing. For those of you who were here yesterday, anybody want to drop in the comments how you felt yesterday, how yesterday went for you? I can't put my finger on it right now. Um, I know at the end of it, I was all jacked up. So, other than that, it was an amazing moments on Clubhouse, Wisdom, and YouTube at our 8 o'clock slot. Um, but I want to welcome everybody to World ChangHers with Smalley Brown, mandated to be the defender of humanity, protector of mankind, bringing you thought-provoking, mind-shifting wisdom. I want you to grab a notepad and a pen and prepare for a paradigm shift in the next 45 minutes to an hour. Welcome, everyone. Um, like I said, yesterday was amazing. None short than a miracle, what God did. It's awesome what he's doing. Yesterday was so great, productive, peaceful, regardless of what was trying to come and receive major email testimony almost completed. There we go. There we go. Anybody else? Anybody else? So I want you guys to make sure you are using the tips that I'm giving to you. I want you to make sure you're using whatever it is that you need to make it to next week. Okay. Today I have a definitely a surprise for you guys that I feel will help. I'm going to go ahead and dive in, and then we have an exercise today that I have not done in a while with the community. We do it. We haven't done it in a while in the community, in the app as well, but we do it often when we do it. So I want you guys to understand that right now we are in the midst of our DNA being upgraded. Okay. I want you to remember that. Write that down, circle it. We are in the midst of our DNA being upgraded to God's. It's repairing itself. We have 2 strands that are online right now. And when we are done with this process, it will be all 12. When all 12 is activated, fully activated, our genome code back to God, back to repairing of God's DNA, that the original, you will literally, when I say literally, be a superhero, supernatural abilities. We can start to see, I want you to pay attention, because when you're aware, it helps you with this transition. I want you to notice, and I want you to write these down, and I want you to make this a huge thing, because your reticular activation is only aware of things that are important when you make it important. Okay. So I want you to notice that what you are thinking is quickly coming forth. Just stop and think about that. I have been on the phone with my accountability partners lately, and she will literally be like, I just thought that yesterday, Somalia. And I come with the answer. Or I'm like, you know what? I'm doing this, this, and that. And I've been doing it for a while. She's like, I've been doing that too. What in the, like, this is when I say, how many of you are experiencing that? If you're not, get ready. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're experiencing that right now. What you think is quickly coming forth, not necessarily what you want. I didn't say what you want. I didn't say wealth. I didn't say money. I didn't say job. I said what you think. There's a difference. There's a huge difference. Okay. Because what you think, there's no attachments to it. There's no, oh, I can't wait for it to come. When is it coming? Where's it at? You are just thinking, man, what am I going to do with my daughter? Man, what is going on with this? And boom, the answer is appearing because you're invested in it, but you're not worried about the outcome. That is the telltale sign on how to truly manifest, how to truly bring your blessings from the spiritual realm into the natural. You say it and you keep it moving. The problem is when you really want money for a bill or for some pleasure, you harp on it. You harp on the end outcome. How is it going to come to me? What's happening? Literally, it's just like, and we're going to do an exercise. Okay. Um, the veil that's been lifted, when I told you yesterday, it has made it easier to project, grab, pull things from the spirit realm that you feel, desire, and want where you're not attached to it. The key word is attached. Okay. The key word is attached. The reason why your thoughts will happen and negativity happens faster is because you're not attached to it. You just think a negative thought and keep it moving, then you attract more of it. You think a random thought and it pops up and you're like, man, I just thought about that. Lunch, it's a random thought, but you're anchored in it. You're not worried about how you're going to get food. You know how you're going to get food. You know how it's going to land in your lap. You're going to go get it. You're going to order it. You're going to Instacart, whatever it. See the difference? So I want you to start paying attention and be a little more intentional with your thoughts. It's going to show up in your digital world or your natural world, literally within minutes, within hours, within a day. That's proof that you can bring things to life. That is absolute proof. So the warning with that is you will still feel justified in your emotions when you're angry, when you're upset. That doesn't stop. Okay? Those things don't stop. When you are upset, you're still going to possibly try to react, or you're still going to be justified in your flesh. And there are times where our flesh is justified. It is. They jacked you up, they lied, they whatever. But know that what you put out, you are going to get back immediately. That is a warning. That needs to be huge and starred. Whatever energy, whatever feelings, whatever emotions, whatever I put out, I'm getting back immediately because that is the season. This is the veil that has been removed. So see, there's always good and bad. And I don't want to say bad. It's always good and then better and maturity. How I've been teaching you guys to master your emotions is what's going to help you not fall when someone steals your sales at work, when someone lies on you at work, when your spouse comes at you sideways, if your children are acting a fool, someone cuts you off at work, in the car, things like that, you're late. Those little things, nuances that really, they're little, but they will make your day miserable because we used to allow it. None of us can sit here and say we've never allowed our day that just went off course not to affect us until we matured in our emotions and understood fully, you know what? That was for my good, which is what I'm teaching you. I've been teaching you all that for 2 years now. Everything works out for my good. This is my best day ever. I find the good. I'm going to see the good. No, I'm not on mute. Somebody wants to know if I'm on mute. Of course. Please drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Just want to make sure it might just be hers. Okay, perfect. So yeah, it might just be hers. Let me let her know. Yes. So those are just some of the warnings, okay, you guys? This veil, it's good, but it can be dangerous. Okay, you can hear me on YouTube too. Perfect. And I need you guys to understand that. I need you guys to be mindful that to whom much is given, much is required. So you guys know that the veil has been lifted. Many don't. And they're just going about their day. That's an advantage because you get to tap in. That's just like if you're an athlete and your coach says, "Hey, there's a meet that's going and I only want you to do it, but this is what I need you to work on." You just got an advantage. And guess what you're going to do? Work your butt off. Oh, you know what? There's a position in this dance company and they're looking for someone. They're coming. None of your other dance partners, teammates, I don't know what it's called, know about it. But your coach told you because, or your dance teacher told you because your dance teacher sees something in you and really wants you to kind of stand out. You got the advantage. That's where we are right now. So all that information that I gave you yesterday, I hope you sat with it and put it to use. I hope you did something with it yesterday. I know for me, one thing honed in on me, just one thing out of everything I gave. And that's why I tell you guys, don't get overwhelmed. I give a lot of information. I do, and I know that. But what I always tell you is trust your conviction, your spirit. Let your spirit guide you. One thing is all I did yesterday, and I couldn't tell you why, but I know I'll see it. I was on one part of all that information I gave you yesterday. All day, writing stuff, thinking stuff, saying stuff, same thing, same topic, nothing deviated. And I noticed that, and I was just like, this is where you want me to stay. Now, if I would have deliberately went elsewhere, I would have been disobedient. And that's what some of you do because you've been taught to be obedient to man. You're not obedient to Somalia or World Changers. I'm releasing information. You go back and listen to that information and say, Holy Spirit, which one is for me and what's for me and what's not? And what's not, cross it out or say, this is for later. Put it on the shelf. Sometimes I go to a church. I remember my husband and I were in Dallas, and literally, I knew we were there for a reason, and he didn't. I met this guy at the grocery store, and he gave me this church information. And my husband's like, "We came here for that." I looked at him as like, "For that? That is enough." But that's the difference in the mindset, right? Then that was back then. So we went to church, and he was just like, "Oh wow, that was powerful." Like it was powerful. I got one word out of it. I drove 3 hours, stayed in that city for 3 days or 2 days, I think, and went to a service and got one word, and it was enough out of an hour and a half service. Everything I give you is not always for you. And I know I have A type high order thinkers that I attract. Very detailed, very analytical people because I'm creative. So I draw my opposite as you do. And you guys like to you want everything for you. I need you to understand everything I gave you yesterday is not for you. Because what happens is everything you think everything's for you, you try to do everything and you end up doing nothing because you're overwhelmed. Be honest. Drop a one in the chat if that has been you in previous times. Not just me, life. You want to grab everything, you want to do everything because you don't want to miss it, and you end up doing absolutely nothing, and then you get angry. Then you get mad. Yeah, I know. That's who I draw. Gabriel, he put about 5 ones. I know that's exactly who I draw. And the spontaneity of me switching and shifting is like, oh my God, again. Oh my God, I get that in my again, we shifted again. But what don't ever get stuck on one thing God is doing. Never. Especially not with me. It won't let me type one. Do not get stuck. If you've been with me longer than a year and you know that I'm a mover, when I say I'm a verb, I'm a mover, I'm a shaker, I disrupt things. I just want you to drop a heart if you've had to do some things to catch up with me, to stay with me, because that's not how I roll. I don't stay in one place. And if you notice that when you move and you're supposed to move, it's effortless. When you're not supposed to because you didn't seek the Holy Spirit, am I supposed to shift while she shifted? It's hard. It's hard. Yeah, I know. I know. Times infinity. It's hard. Which is why I teach you guys what is the Spirit telling you with the information I'm giving you. What is the Holy Spirit telling you is very important and it absolutely imperative. Yep, someone said on YouTube, I just learned how to flow. And I was just about to say, what's imperative for you not to miss? And I want you to remember that. Because even all of the information I get, I told you when we started the decrees on December 15th, what is that, 5, 6 months ago? I was stuck on 2 decrees. Pay me my money. No, 4. Pay me my money. Success assured. Angel of time and angel of grace. I gave y'all about 50. And I kept telling y'all, only do the ones that hit your spirit. And people were just posting all of them in the accountability group, posting every one of them. I'm just like, guess they all hitting your spirit. Cool beans. I know for me, I was stuck on 4. And then when we got the next set of decrees in January, I was still on those 4. Even though I gave y'all those, I said those, but they didn't hit me like the angel of time. Let me tell you why. Because when it's for you, it works immediately. I have a lawsuit pending, and they were stuck with crazy paperwork for 6 months. This lawyer called me and said, I need your help. I said, you're the lawyer. Why are you calling me? He's like, because this is happening and I need you to talk to this person and blah, 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 blah. I need your help. And he was like, we've been working on this for 6 months. The week later, the angel of time came, and I said, angel of time, I need you to go fix that. Shuffle them papers, make them papers go where they need to go, expedite this so we can wrap this up. A week later, so 2 weeks, a lady calls and says, all right, we're moving forward. I was like, really? I said, last time I talked, you said it was a mess. It was 6 months that y'all. She's like, oh, no, we got it. It was 3 weeks. Sorry. Because I remember coming on here saying what they couldn't do in 6 months, they were able to do in 3 weeks. I'm not leaving the angel of time after you just did that. I am sitting with you. I am learning from you. I'm not moving from there. I think I stayed with the angel of time at least until last month, until time literally shifted for me to where the angel of time no longer, not that it's no longer needed, but right now, no. So I need you guys to be aware of that. I know who I draw. For my community leaders, for my thought leaders, for those of you who are pastors, know your people. And I didn't say know your congregation. I didn't say know your community. Know who you draw. Do you draw detail people? Do you draw creative people? Do you draw people who need hand holding? Who do you draw? Because then you know how to speak to them directly. I draw A-type personality women. I draw very, very detailed women. And that's not me. I am not detailed. I am not drilled down to the T, cross your T's, dot your I's in that sense. I flow. There are projects that are half done, and I'm for real. There are projects that are half done, but there are projects that I'll get in the morning and I'll hand it to Deanna by the evening and it's completely done. And she'll be like, what the heck? No lie. Because I flow and I go with where God needs me to go. And that's how I know what's important, what's imperative. Because many of you miss, and I don't even know why I'm on this. This is not part of my notes. Many of you miss what God is doing now because you're still stuck on a project from last year or 2 months ago. When he says put that down, I'm putting it down midway. I don't care if it's worth 15,000, 50,000. If he says put it down and do this, I'm doing this. And I will pick back up on that when he tells me to. And Deanna and I, we had to learn that because she's detailed. We had to learn that with each other. She'll be like, did you? Nope. But here's this. She'll be like, what? Wait, where'd that come from? That's not what we're working on. That's not what we just discussed in our 2-hour meeting. And it's because you're interested in it. Yep, that too. Interested. It's hot. It's fresh. And it's flowing. Literally wrote an ebook in like an hour. Literally wrote a whole project. And then when she's like, all right, let's do this. I'm like, I don't feel like that. I don't feel nothing on that one. It's like pulling teeth. I can't give you nothing. She's like, yeah, we're going to have to skip that one. It's dry. There's nothing there. You've got to be able to go with the flow. He told me go with the current 4 or 5 years ago. And that has been a word that I've never left because current is time. Current is currency. And current is also flow. That's 3 different ways that I can go with his current. And I have to know which one he's talking about at any given time. So Your DNA is upgrading with this veil that's been separated for a moment in time. What I know is it's separated at least until next week. Get in there. Do what you need to do. I gave you the instructions yesterday. Do what you need to do. Get in there. Then notice that I'm just recapping for those who just came in the room on YouTube, Clubhouse, and Wisdom. Quickly notice that your thoughts will manifest quickly. Anything you say or do is going to manifest immediately. Okay? Because the veil that's been lifted has made it easier to transfer from the spirit realm to the natural. Now, be mindful what you think, what you say when you go back and forth with someone online, whatever space you are in. Don't gossip online and don't do any of that. Actually, take a break from some stuff. Chill out. Pull back. I haven't worshiped in about 4 months. And many of you probably think I'm like headstrong in my word, so deep in God and worship. Nope. I just talk to him all day. That's the difference. I commune with him all day, every day. But when he says worship, that's a whole nother ballgame. That is when I know, oh, it's time to go to another level because you need me to relearn you. You need me to get intimate with you. I haven't been intimate with you. And yesterday was the first time I had worship music on in a long time. And that's why it ended up the way it ended up, and what was released was released. So, chill out this week. I say this a lot. If somebody's in your space, in your face, handle them in a week or two. Don't even deal with them. I promise you, don't deal with them. It doesn't matter if you think you're right or if you are right. What you put out, you will get back. And it's not proportional. With this veil, with the cosmic shifts that's happening, the ascension that's happening in about a week, things have to die. Let them die. You guys love to hold on. And I was one too. We love to hold on to things that don't serve us. Let it die. I told you the ascension, you should be getting that email, Deanna, to give you the announcements. But we're having that ascension meetup. You will only be able to be in the ascension events if you respond to the email when she sends it out, because it's a private Zoom. It's not going to be on Clubhouse. It's not going to be on YouTube. It's not going to be on Wisdom. If you want to be a part of the ascension event, you must respond to the email that she's sending out so that we can send you the private Zoom information. Okay. The ascension is next week. Every year at this same time, our brother ascended on a certain day. And what had to happen for him to ascend? His whole entire flesh had to be crucified and hung on a cross. He died. We have to ascend during this time. And the problem is many of you don't, because in Christianity and other religions, they don't do that. They don't honor the ascension. In the Hebraic faith, they do. And that has changed my entire world. Hold on one second. Here. That has changed my entire world. The ascension. That guarantees that something dies. How do you ascend if you don't let go of something? How do you ascend if you don't let something die? Right now, the only thing I know for sure that needs to die is our emotions. And I don't mean die because you need them to survive, but the instability of it, not being able to handle certain things, because where you're going, your emotions will jack you up. So our emotions have to be in check. And right now, that's what I got. More will come as we get closer on what needs to die. And I told you from yesterday, start seeking what needs to die for me to ascend. The prayer I always say, and I want you to write this down, I give you things. What is in me that's a seed of influence or in my bloodline or that I operate in that I don't know I do? It's a blindness, it's a weakness that in my next season will take me out. See, right now it doesn't matter. Because right now, not saying you're not, but you're not anybody. You're not a nobody. You see what I'm saying? But what happens when you become influential and now everybody knows your page? and you do that thing, and now people see it. See, there's a difference. On this level, it's okay that you do that. But on the next level, you can't do it. You cannot. It won't work. It will expose you. And this is a decade of exposure in the Hebraic calendar. We are in the year 5783. That is exposure and judgment at its finest. And we're also in the year where the decade is 5780 to 5790. The year is 5783, which is 2023. It coincides. Okay. And those numbers in gematria, those numbers in the Hebrew concordance means exposure. And you're not exempt. So you have to pray. If there is something in me, in my bloodline, a seed of influence in my bloodline, a seed of influence in me that's dormant, or something that I do that I don't know I do, that will take me out in the next season, uproot it now. The ascension process is for that. So make sure you're on the exclusive email list if you already are. If you're in the community, you're good. If you're in the community on the app, you're good. You'll get that information before anybody else. If you're in the outer courts, which is the email community, be pendant on your email. Remember, our emails are what they are. Check your spam. If you don't get it, Diona will let you know when she's sending it. If you don't get it within 24 to 48 hours by then you reach back out and say, hey, I didn't get it. And she'll handle that accordingly. So that's what's important right now. We are in the midst of ascension. The ascension happens 40 days heading to Pentecost. And we all know that Pentecost is 50 days from Passover. What's that? Easter. Many of you call it. Okay. So it's better to not judge and have no opinion and say absolutely nothing. Pull back in all those areas. I teach you guys that on a regular. Stop judging, because the measure you judge, we know we hear it. It sounds cliche, but boy, oh boy. I tell my kids all the time. They're like, you always do this with my charger. You take my charger and then I can't find it. And I'm like, stop fussing at them, because you do the same thing. But they took my charger. Okay. Not even a day, 30 minutes later, you took my charger and it. I said, you fuss about what the other person does, but you do the same thing. That's human nature. Stop judging. And I told you yesterday that God brings people into your life to rub you the wrong way. And what that does, it annoys you, it rubs you the wrong way. And that is because it's something in you he wants to take out. So anybody you see and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe she did that. You want to stop and say, God, are you trying to show me that that's in me? Because you can't see past your own eyes. That's why he said, take it out of your own eye before you take it out. So you can't. It's a blind spot. But how he shows you is your in-laws bother you. Your parents people bother you. The very thing that bothers you about somebody else bothers you, because it's letting you know that is what I'm working on in you. So don't judge. We worked on that in the community, my first community, Arise Nation. Do not judge, even to the point of don't even prejudge, prejudice. And he broke the word prejudice down, and we were like, oh my God, don't even prejudge. Those of you married, you'll understand exactly what I'm about to say. Hey, your girlfriend calls you. Why don't we do this and do that? Nah, my husband's going to say no. You ain't even ask him. You prejudged his answer. You're going to validate it and say, oh, but I know him and I understand. No, you don't. God could be working on him. You still prejudged him. It doesn't matter if they consistently show you the same thing, because many times they consistently show us the same thing and then they change, because God did that. Prejudging, judging. No, don't do it. Not right now. Opinion. I don't have an opinion. What do you think about the president? Be cool with me. Don't you put your mouth on no official. Not right now. Ever, but definitely not right now. Don't do it, because those appointed to be in power have more power in that sense. And when you touch them with your words, boy, does it boomerang back in a bad way. Don't do it. And if you have, repent. Clean that up ASAP, right now. What you create with your thoughts will be stuck What you create with your thoughts is going to be stuck. That's your art. That's what you manifested. That's what you created, good or bad. Remember I told you that I was climbing up at work and I thought, man, one of these glass jars are going to fall. Boom, it fell. I got so scared. I said, God, did I just will that to happen? And when he ministered to me, I was just like, okay, I need to work on my thoughts. I think a week or two later was my son's birthday, and I had a beautiful cake, and I was walking, and I said, "Oh my God, if this falls," I said, "No, no, 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 no." I negated it till I got to the car because I understood my thoughts, and I need you to understand your thoughts. That small thing will make it happen. You trip, you stumble, boom, and you're like, "I just thought that." No, you just created that. I want you to change "I just thought" to "I just created that," so that you understand the severity of your thoughts, the power you carry. I say that all the time. Okay? The return on your thoughts are not like normal, they're not proportional, they're immediate, and they are strong. They're strong, you guys. So I need you to be mindful. Okay. So I just wanted to give you those updates. We're going to do 2 exercises today. I know you guys are all on your phone, so you're not going to have to go there. I'm going to turn some music on. We're going to do an ascension exercise so that you guys can understand a little more. I'm going to kind of gently ease you into it. We did this during the off fast, which is during August to October, a fast that we do yearly with the World ChangHers. And we did it all last year, August, probably till about December, November ish. And we haven't done it in a while. So in the community, they know, they understand. But those of you in the outer courts and those of you who are just on YouTube and Wisdom, you guys will, if you already know from outside, then yeah. But if not, but the first exercise, I want you guys to do this. I want you to, whatever you're doing, stop. If you're driving, if you're at work, just stop, pull over, and I want you to clear your mind. I want you to take a deep breath, and I want you to hold it for a count of 5 or 7, and then I want you to release it. I want you to take another deep breath. I want you to clear your thoughts. I want you to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, be present, ground yourself, stay present, okay? Now, I want you to think of the craziest. I want you to go back to a childhood mentality real quick. And I want you to think of something absolutely crazy. What I mean by crazy is a purple dinosaur, a hot pink butterfly, a blue dove, something that you haven't researched, something you haven't Googled, Yahoo, you haven't put in your search in your computer, something that can only happen because God said so. And what I want you to do is think on it. When you have your image, drop a 1 in the chat because then we have to do something else. So, what is yours? Mine was a purple butterfly. Mine, not a purple butterfly, a blue butterfly. And then another time, it was a dollar with red writing on it. Not a dollar with pink writing, a dollar with red writing on it. And then another time, it was a blue dollar. And I've seen all of them. Every one of them. Put it in your mind. Drop a 1 in the chat when you have it. On YouTube, on Wisdom, and on Clubhouse. Drop a 1 in the chat when you have, craziness, purple unicorn, a monkey, whatever. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people that have it so far. All right. I'm gonna give you some time. Think on something that's just crazy. Okay, we got 1 on YouTube so far. Waiting on a couple more people. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Reason why we're doing this is because I want to prove to you something. I want you to see something. Okay. If you have it, drop a 1 in the chat so that we can move on to the next exercise. Anybody else? I'm going to give you maybe a couple more seconds, and then we'll move to the next part of the exercise. Now, what I want you to remember, what I actually want you to do, thank you, is email executive.assistant with a picture, a screenshot or a picture when you see it. Your digital world, your natural world, somewhere you're going to see this. Don't think about it after we're done with this. Don't harp on it. You thought it. I'm going to set the timer for 17 seconds. And I want you to just see it. Like if it was a butterfly for me, I'm going to just see it floating around for 17 seconds. That's why I need to know if everybody has their thing, their one, whatever it is you're going to do. I need to know because we're about to move to the 17 seconds and I want you to see it. If it's a purple dinosaur, I want you to see it like Barney. No, I didn't even think about that. Like Barney. Barney may pop. If you got a purple dinosaur, Barney might pop up. You ain't got no kids. What the heck? So, ready? I'm going to set the timer. Go. Just hold this thought of whatever it is. Keep holding it. See it. Keep holding it. So real quick, because I don't want to go deep into that, if you can hold a thought for 17 seconds, it builds power and it starts to emit. Thoughts have a frequency. Thoughts have power. They're not just a thought. They actually, if we could put whatever those machines are, infrared, or you can see a blue light, you will see waves, kind of like you see the heat wave, but you can feel it, but you can't see it. When you think something, that's exactly why when you're in the office and people go, I'm hungry, and you're like, I was just thinking that, because you literally sat there and thought, I'm hungry. What am I going to eat? What do I want? I'm hungry for like 10 minutes. Everybody in the office is like, hey, what we eating? It's lunchtime. What time is it? You did that. When you see this crazy image of whatever you thought, send executive.assistant a picture as accountability, because it's going to blow your mind. That's how powerful your mind is. An email may come with a picture. Don't dismiss it at all. Okay? The second exercise, we're going to do the ascension. This is something we're going to do on Ascension Day. Okay? So take another deep breath from your abdomen. Make sure it's not your shoulders. Relax your shoulders. Roll your shoulders back. Relax. Take a deep breath from your gut. Hold it. Release it. Take another one. Release it. One more. Hold it. Release it. Now I want you to imagine, we're tapping into your imagination. You are in a room. I'm going to lead you. Now, hear me. I lead you, but if your spirit goes another way, don't fight it. You always follow the Holy Spirit. Okay? Don't stop what your spirit, if I say go left and your spirit said no, go right, you follow your spirit. You're in a room. I want you to walk towards the window, which is on the right. Open the window. And I want you to crawl out the window. And as you're crawling out the window, you are floating, flying, whatever, being elevated up, 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 high, high, high. You now look down, you can see the house far away. It's very small. You're going higher and higher. I want you to see a light. Ask the Holy Spirit to show you the light. As you see the light, you're still going up. I want you to ask the Holy Spirit if you can meet with Yeshua HaMashiach, or some of you call him Jesus. I want you to relax as you come into his presence. Relax. Notice what's coming. What do you see? What do you feel? How do you feel? What are you seeing? What are your thoughts? And I want you to see what he shows you. Let your mind, because your imagination is real. I need to debunk that right now. Your imagination is realer than you think. And when we do these encounters, you are in the spirit realm. It is that easy. And if you need proof, ask him to show you proof. Maybe he'll show you his hands with the nails in it. If you need proof, ask him to confirm it, if you're that type. Or relax in his presence, face to face. What is he showing you? Where is he taking you? What is he doing? If your mind kind of stops or you stumble, take a deep breath, wiggle your feet, recenter yourself, and start back at the point that you last remember and go back in. I just want to see what you see and know what you know and say what you say. I just want to see what you see and know what you know and say what you say. I just want to see what you see and know what you know and say what you say. I just wanna see what you see, know what you know, and say what you say. Keep going. Let it go. You are meditating. You are envisioning. You are engulfed. Let him show you. Trust him. This will take your entire world in the natural to a whole nother level. Some of you, this is not for everybody. I want you to open your eyes. If it resonates with you, open your eyes. And I want you to still see what he's showing you. I'm teaching you something. This is not for everybody. If I'm talking to you, I want you to put a 2 in the chat. If it resonates with you, it's harder with your eye. We are taught to do everything with our eyes closed. But if I am talking to you, put a 2 in the chat. Open your eyes and still see the vision. Put a 2 in the chat if that's you. Yep, I know you. And there's one more that I know for sure. Now, for those who put a 2, that is because he's taking you in a different direction. You are a watchman, and you must do things with your eyes open. It's a whole nother level. Prayer, intercessory, warfare, your eyes must be open. And he will confirm that, and he will minister that to you. Those of you who put a 2 in the chat. There's a difference. It's not easy. It takes it up a notch. It's more discipline. But you can do it. Couple more minutes. Some of you, with your eyes open, you'll be able to learn to write as you see. Remember, that's why we multitask the way we do in the realm of the spirit. Those in the community in the app, I will talk and they will be seeing their vision. And there's a reason, because in real life, you don't have time to stop in front of a warlock and say, hold on, let me go get my prayer closet. Hold on, let me pray real quick. You've got to do it right then and there, immediately and instantly. And this is what practice is about. You practice seeing what you're seeing right now and audibly listening to me in the natural, but you're still seeing, and sometimes writing. We do all of this in the community so that when you are confronted with a witch, a warlock, a sorcerer, an entity, you know how to pray under your breath in tongues and talk to them directly. It's nothing for you. These are the things I teach you behind the scenes, because it's not easy. I give you the tips and the tricks on how to do it and how to maintain it. One more minute. All right, as we're wrapping up, come back down. You got to come out of it. As you depart, say your goodbyes. And come back down with whatever he gave you, whatever gift he gave you, whatever word he gave you. Come all the way back down. Some of you may be walking, flying, floating, being carried. Who knows? Land back down, go back through that door, and come out of it. Make sure you take the time to write down what you got, what you saw, and do research. It doesn't stop here, at least not for me. That is what's called ascending. That is ascension. When you're done, whatever he has given you, whatever he has shown you, you always do research. Don't assume you know what it means. I would like at least 3 people to come up and tell their experience. Anyone on Wisdom, if you want to write it on YouTube, and anyone on Clubhouse. 2 more people. While we're waiting, I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Diona so she can do the announcements. I have a surprise for you. I did it last night immediately because I know you need it now. It is ready, I believe. Diona, you can confirm that by texting me. It's absolutely ready to be delivered to your inbox ASAP. However we can do this, I'm going to help her because I know that you guys need this now, and there's instructions to go with it. Okay? Interesting. Was that in? Can you come up so I can ask you some questions? One more person? Anybody else? Perfect. All right. So we have our 3. Go ahead, Diona, with the announcements. We'll post the links so that they have it and go from there. If you can hear me, if you're available. Oh, okay. So, Star, go ahead. She said give her 2 minutes. Go ahead, Star, if you want to go ahead. Let me turn down the music. You have the floor.
Okay, so when you told us to walk into the room, I walked into the room, and then I went left to where the window was. And when I climbed through the window, when I opened the window, butterflies flew into the office.
Oh, wow.
And then I crawled out of the window, but into like a cave or like a tunnel. And then I crawled out of the tunnel. Then I was outside, and there was green grass. But then I jumped, and I jumped so high that I was again, the same vision. I jumped so high that I was outside of the world and I could see the world. And when I clapped, the vibration from my hand shrank the world. But then I looked up and I saw the light. So I flew up to the light where Holy Spirit was there, and he handed me the light. So I was holding it and I asked if I could see Jesus. And I just kept flying straight up to heaven. And I was walking up the glass steps. There was a gold railing, and I was holding it, still holding the light, but just taking in everything. And then Jesus met me on the stairs, and I held his hand, and there was a hole in his hand. And he walked me to this room, and in the room, he undressed me, and I got nervous because I saw my naked body, and he said, "This is your body. It belongs to you. You're safe. You're okay." And then he crowned me and put a white robe on. And then he said, "You can go." Oh, I had let go of the light when I had disrobed. When he said I can go, I flew some more, and I just kept flying up, and I was able to grab the light again. And then I found myself stopping because I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure time's about to be up. And you were like, keep going. And I hear God telling me, like, stop limiting yourself. So I kept flying. There was no end to the flying, right? Like, there were times that I would just stop in different locations. I would release the light, take the light back. They got to a point where, like, I saw a mirror, which has to do with a dream that I had where I saw, like, my daughter in the reflection. I don't have a daughter, by the way. I pulled her out of the mirror, and we just kept flying. And then I recognized, well, I don't got to do this by myself. So I started calling people, and I could see them on Earth looking up. They started flying too, and I was showing them, like, there's no limits here. We just kept flying. I don't want to say different galaxies, but it was like dark skies to white skies, dark skies to white skies. And then the vision just kept going. Like, then I just started seeing myself in the 1800s dancing, and then I was with my husband, we're holding hands, and I was speaking on a platform, And God just kept saying, like, let go, like, you don't have to limit yourself. And the more I let go, the more that I flew.
I love it. The only thing that I got for you was, what color were the butterflies?
They were blue. It's funny because you said they were blue.
Yeah. Okay. That's why I was wondering, because you didn't say the color, and I was just like, I wonder what color they were. I would look them up. Look up blue and look what a blue butterfly stands for, because that's a gift. Because you opened a door and it came in. Anytime you open anything, door, window, that is an opening. It's a gate. And that's what came to you. Okay. So thank you for sharing. Perfect. Okay, Chris, go ahead and say what you were gonna say.
Yes, I'm sorry. Okay, man. Yeah, yeah. What I noticed was I just sitting there and do the exercise. I didn't really close my eyes before a second, but I opened my eyes back up. And what I really got out was I went through some therapy some years ago, and it's interesting that when I closed my eyes for that brief moment, I instantly went back to the therapy session that I had where the lady said, "Go in, see the see the house on the edge of the ravine, look at the waterfall." But I never went in when I went to my therapy session. I never went in. But this time, actually, I went in the house. And then as I was going, I walked in the house. And the weirdest thing is I seen Jesus, or what I believed to be Jesus. And the first thing he said to me was, "Hey, what's up?" and and I said, "Hey," but I walked in. When I walked in, the house is a really nice house, but I noticed everything on the inside was wood, and it was I wouldn't say mahogany, but it was a glossy brown type of wood. It was almost the wood to the point where it was so glossy where it almost looked like it was gold and wood. But so anyway, at that point, I noticed that, and after he greeted me, I don't know where he went. After he greeted me, I was able to really just kind of look around the house and things like that. And as I was beginning to come out of it, that's when my left eye began to kind of get a little irritated. Where I rubbed my eye like, man, that was interesting. So that was what I got from that. I,
So let me ask you this. What um what does wood stand for you?
I don't know.
Okay. Because that's a lot of wood. I would look it up and see. Well, you know what? Hold on, let me check it.
Yeah, there was a lot of wood. I mean, the whole interior of the house was wood. I mean, the banister, the stairs were hardwood, steps and things, and it was interesting because the wood had like it had like a glow. It was almost like a golden glow to it. I thought that was interesting because so we had wood floors in my house. So I wipe them down, I polish them with the with the polish, but they never were as gold as these were.
So in Hebrew, I mean, wood is clearly tree, wood, timber, log, but it also means honeycomb, and it also means counsel and tip. So if any of those kind of hit your spirit, do some research. Anytime we do these things, or you start doing it on your own, take what he's showing you and do research. Like I said, um, Hebrew, the etymology, the root etymology of the word, because he's speaking to you. Wood means something for you. Maybe go back to your childhood. Do you like working with your hands? Do you like making things out of wood? You just said you polish it. That's probably a pastime for you. Other people are like, oh my God, I got to polish the floors again. You're probably like, yay, I'm cool with it. There is something in all that wood, there's something in it. And I thought maybe your vision was going to kind of give an answer to the burning in the eye, but I think it's me personally. This is me, not God, not the Holy Spirit. Me personally, I would confirm if maybe he's doing something correction in your eye because you were there. You were there, and the lighting, the yellow lighting, may have been what you needed for your eye, if that makes sense.
And I think, and also what I really got out of it is when I went through the whole therapy and stuff, it was just therapy and counseling. When I was able to go see the brook and the metal in the building, the funny thing about it is when I went through that traumatic experience years ago, I never was able to go inside the building, inside the house. But this time, actually, I went inside the building, so it's almost like then I could see it from the outside. But this time, I was able to actually go inside to see who was in there, and it was Jesus. So
Wow.
yeah,
Yep. So write all that down and think, okay, so everybody in here that did it, once you've come out, write it down and think about it. Think on it. Ask for revelation. We're engaging wisdom like never before. Ask for wisdom to show you, okay, what else does this mean? What does this mean? What does the blue butterfly mean? What does going through a tunnel mean? Like dissect it. Don't just take it as status quo as, oh, okay, this is what it is. No, no, literally dissect it. Okay, Diona, go ahead if you're available now.
Hi everyone, welcome to World ChangHers. This is a place where we come to grow. Here are the announcements. So we have our Mindset Acceleration program that we are going to okay, that we're going to start running in June. And that will be an 8-week intensive course of sessions where you learn how to be the best you. Whenever I talk about the Mindset Acceleration program, I always mention how there was a specific video that completely catapulted you into the woman that you hear before you today. So I would encourage you, if you want to see quantum leap, a complete transformation in your life, then the Mindset Acceleration Program is the place for you. And also, if just by you guys, the amount that you receive via Clubhouse, Wisdom, and YouTube, imagine that, but times 1,000 in one session in an hour for 8 weeks. That is what you'll be receiving. So if you can imagine that, then I would encourage you guys to reach out, and I'll give you the links for the Mindset Acceleration Program. I can give you, I also send you the informational. So firstly, if you just send an email to executive.assistant@somaliabrown.com, and I'll email all of the information to you. Somalia's surprise for you guys is that she created a mindset audio for you, reset audio for you. For those who don't know what a reset audio is, it's simply something that you use when you're sleeping to subconsciously rebuild your neuro pathways into a certain pathway of thinking. So if you know that you're someone that has struggled with lack thinking and scarcity thinking, you can listen to I Am Infinite, which talks about the infinite capacity that God has given us. So this reset audio on the basis of what you guys explored yesterday, and that and a resource card is in a bundle for a banging price of $37. I'll post the link to that here now. If you let me. There we go. And if you want to go ahead and just purchase that there, it will be sent straight through to you. We did also have the jurisdiction webinar earlier this week, and you're still able to purchase the replay. So if you're interested in that, send an email to executive.assistant@somaliabrown.com. That is everything from me. I'm Jenna Elizabeth, and I'm complete.
Perfect. Thank you so much for those announcements. So, just to kind of double down, the mindset will start in June. And If you want the audio video that is out of the vault that Deanna was discussing, that absolutely catapulted and changed the first cohort's mind, and the live Wednesday meetups, you must have a deposit, saved your seat, or bought your full price ticket by May 15th. If you want those extra bonuses, we're going to be meeting live every Wednesday because what God led me to do is make sure that I make the mindset mentoring course program relevant to now. So we're going to take what we study that day on Wednesdays. It's going to be live, and we're going to meet up and we're going to discuss it in current real time. And you'll understand what real time is in my life real quick. It's totally different. That's one. The reset audio and the cards that I created last night is basically every affirmation I gave you yesterday about being unveiled. I made it very nice and neat in a package for you. I created the resource cards where you can literally just screenshot it and put it on your homepage, or your I don't know, the two pages on iPhone. I'm an iPhone user. Then you can also listen to this audio. Now the instructions for this one's a little different. Yes, you listen to it at night. Listen to it upon falling asleep. Get you some headphones. I would not some cheap headphones. If you don't have headphones, put it on, let it sit by your bed, and just let it play. While you sleep, it's going to change your mind and help you have dreams going into and beyond into the spirit realm. It will help you because the words that God gave me are the words for being unveiled and no longer being spiritually blind. All those things. And Chris, that might be what he's doing with you while your eyes started burning, removing the blindness, removing the scales, removing the cataracts. This is going to be something that you listen to every night. And when you wake up, I promise you, your whole body will feel different. Your thoughts will be different. You'll be more aware of the veil that's been lifted. Then, what the second part of instructions is, I want you to listen to it all day. Just have it low in the background. The more you hear it, the more you touch your phone and you see these words, the more you engage. And between now and next Wednesday, you will be able to capitalize on the veil being lifted. This is why he had me create it. Normally, I would create it and it would take 24 to 48 hours to get it. Deanna and I are going to try to diligently, every person who purchases one, we're going to try to diligently get it to you today, sometime today. Okay. All you got to do is purchase the link, click the link, purchase it. It's a reset audio, which is normally pre-recorded, like $77. I'm just handing it to you basically. And then it's a resource card, which is going to make you don't have to keep going to your notes. Literally, it's a card that you can screenshot and put on your screensaver. And every time you touch your screen to see what time it is, boom, you can say one of the phrases. Boom, it's right in your face. Oh, that's right, I'm supposed to be praying this. Oh, that's right, I'm supposed to be doing this. This is to help you be excessive in the realm of the spirit. I listened to it last night. I woke up this morning totally in a different headspace. Totally different headspace. Can't explain it because it's only day one, but I'm telling you, the reset audios shift your consciousness. It shifts you into alignment without you having to try. So that's one thing. And I want to thank you guys for being on here yesterday and today. I said I was going to try to be on here every day and give you guys more tips, more things to guarantee that you stay in the realm of the spirit constantly. Okay. That you are able to honor that the veil has been lifted. So someone said is asking for the name of the resource card. Put unveiled. Unveiled. That's the name of this resource card. It is called Unveiled. You are going to get an audio and you're going to get a resource card. And I'm telling you, this makes life so. Did I miss my turn? No, no, no. You're next. It's going to make this ascension process so much easier. So that's why he played. I literally did it last night, like at 10 o'clock. I was like, I've got to get this out because I know how it'll catapult you, it'll accelerate you. There's plenty of people in the audience that has one. I mean, if you're in the community, they have tons. This is what we do in the community. So any other questions, just drop it in the chat or email Deanna. But there's the link. Get it as soon as you can. put it into use, have it playing in the background, have it playing every time you get in the car. I know for me, if I have music on, YouTube on, or Audible, anytime I get in the car, it starts. And that's why I do that, so that it reminds me, oh, that's right, that's what you're supposed to be. So if there's a book I'm listening to, I leave it on. I'm not listening to it. I go in the store, I get back in the car, it automatically starts. Oh, that's right, I was listening to that. So I would do the same with this audio. I'd have it up in the background, and every time I get in and out of the car, it's playing. And every time I'm in the house, it's going to be playing real low on my computer while I'm working or while I'm whatever I'm doing, because subliminally it's going to get into your DNA. And that's what these reset cards are for. So, Gabriel, the floor is yours.
Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna try to be quick. I feel like I gotta give a little bit of a backstory though.
Okay.
So I was driving, truck driver, so I couldn't just pull over. But so I was just gonna listen, follow along. But I decided to at least try something anyways. Try it anyways. Currently going through a divorce process. We split twice. The second time is when she initiated the divorce. The first time around took it pretty hard. So I tried to get myself together, especially spiritually. Spiritually, I knew I could grow from the situation. I knew I had to lean in further on God. And I began to speak in tongues the first time we separated. So we got back together, ended up separating again. And I said, God, okay, I know I did things different the first separation. Now I want to also do things differently. I want to handle this the best way possible, in the way that you find glory in it. So now I'm getting into what I saw. So all this with my eyes open, still driving. Went to the room, took a right turn, walked up to the window, opened the window, climbed out the window, started flying up towards the sky, up and up and up. The house started getting smaller and smaller. And he talked about the light, so I thought I saw the light straight ahead. Then I looked again, and it was like coming down diagonally from an angle. So I went towards it, asked if I could see Jesus, Yeshua. So I stopped for a while because I was out here driving, taking turns and stuff. I want to make sure I was focused. And then you talked about the watchman and opening our eyes. I was like, okay, so I can still get back in here. So I started getting back into the vision, and it's like I just began to speak in tongues, like in my mind, in the vision. And these were tongues and languages that I have yet to use, that I haven't used before, that I haven't heard. And usually when I start doing it in the natural, there's usually a certain tongue, it sounds like it may not be the same every time, but usually there's patterns of the same thing when I started. But these were, I knew these were new languages that I haven't heard yet. And I couldn't stop. When you're talking about the vision, I just couldn't stop doing it, and I couldn't stop doing it. And I just felt just like a surging, like the power just surging. And then when you were like, come back, and I just left and flew back on down and went back through the window and hopped back in the bed, and that was the end of it.
Wow. That's not the first time you've spoken tongues, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, but it was different.
Right. I could tell it was different.
Yeah. So I would definitely ask him to interpret it, or ask him, because our tongues go deeper and they go higher. I would ask him to help you understand that shift from what you normally speak to that. Did you see anything while you were speaking in tongues?
I didn't. I just knew that Yeshua, the light was it was so bright, but I didn't see anything as I was speaking, because I was just so into what I was speaking and locked in and zoned in.
Everything else kind of just faded.
Right.
Got it. So then I would ask God those questions, and then also ask him to confirm or give, I hate using this word, but for lack of better words, proof of what you prayed in the realm of the spirit while you were there, for it to manifest in the natural, and to confirm it by a mouth of two or three that that's what you prayed while you were in that vision, and this is what's coming forward. Because usually, if you've prayed before, which you said you have, when we're praying, something will drop in our spirit. It's like, oh, okay, this is what I'm praying about. Or, oh, okay, a word may pop up or a vision. And since nothing, we know then it's usually edification of our spirit when we pray in tongues and nothing transpires. We're edifying we're building ourselves up. Imagine you went into the realm of the spirit, face to face with Yeshua, and you're speaking in tongues, edifying yourself. Yeah, you about to see some stuff in the natural.
Sorry.
Perfect. Thank you. Anybody else have anything they want to share or add? Okay, someone on, is this a dream or is this what you, I'm on wisdom. Brooks, is this a dream you had or is this what we just did this morning? Can you confirm? I'm not sure. I want to make sure. So I'll wait for you to confirm that. But that is pretty much what we will be doing on the day of ascension and anything else that he's given me. Again, if you are on wisdom, I'm sorry, I don't know how to add links. I think the link is what I have on there, which is for my community. So I'm gonna have to, oh, okay. I'm gonna have to work on that. But if you would like to purchase the resource card with the reset audio for the special for today, email executive.assistant@smollybrown.com and she will send you the link that is on Clubhouse. And if you are on YouTube as well, I will post it so that you can have that link and you can purchase it. So you said it was last night. Okay, I'll read it and then I'll respond via text for you. So as we wrap up, nobody else has any questions. What I want you to understand is your DNA is upgrading. That is the most important thing that I want you to remember right now. And I want you to look for the upgrade. I want you to look at how quickly your thoughts are manifesting things. I want you to look at how quickly things are coming about. Okay? I want you to expect it. See, when we walk with a level of expectation, it manifests. So now that you know that your thoughts have the possibility, have the ability to manifest within 2 minutes, within seconds, what are you going to think on? What are you going to stop yourself from thinking on? What do you want to see in your life? How do you want to change your life? That's what I want you to understand. What are you going to change? We are heading to ascension. Today is day 30. I'm going to go to my counter. Today is day 35 in the counting of the Omer, which is from Passover to Pentecost, Easter to Pentecost, 50 days, right? We all know that from Bible school. We all know that. So right now, we are on day 35. In the next week, it is the physical day years ago, centuries ago, where our brother walked with his burden of a cross, was beat down, bruised, nailed, and died. That is huge in the Hebraic faith, in the Aramaic faith, which is our brother. And what we are doing is we are on a run. And what a run is in World ChangHers is we are gunning towards the next cosmic shift. The next cosmic shift is the day he died and ascended. And when he ascends, we're supposed to ascend also, and something has to die. So right now we are concentrating on our emotions. The audio that I sent you, or that you will receive if you get it, and the cards are going to help you stay in this alignment of this run, to help you keep your mind where it's supposed to. The enemy is not going to let you just ascend. He will not. He's not going to let you move forward. He's not going to let it just happen. What the enemy is going to do is going to fight you with your thoughts, is going to keep you in a negative state, is going to keep you with your thumb down. And what the audio does is block that and forces your mind to think another way. So until tomorrow, because we'll come back again tomorrow, what I want you to do is concentrate on something you want to manifest. Something small, like I just told you, the exercise we did before the ascension. Your crazy little thing, the purple butterfly or the purple unicorn. That's going to build your faith to be like, holy crap, this actually works. It's been working your entire life. Your life, you created it with your thoughts. You just don't like it, but you're on autopilot. The reset audio will take you off of autopilot and make you aware of all your actions. You ever heard you created your life and you're like, why would I create this? I don't like it. I don't have money. I don't have this. I'm not married. I'm single. I'm all these crazy things. You created it because you're on autopilot. And let me show you how you're on autopilot. You're on autopilot. You know how you're driving, those of you who drive, and you're on your way to work and you get to work and you're like, dang, I didn't even know I got to work. You literally driving, but you're on autopilot. Your feet are pumping the gas and the brake. Your hands are turning the steering wheel and you're getting to work and don't even realize it. You're like, dang, when did I pass that turn? Now, let me tell you how you know you're on autopilot. You're driving and the car in front of you, his brakes go and you snap, you jump and say, whoa, you were daydreaming. You were on autopilot. You weren't physically driving. Your muscle memory was driving. These audios yank you out of autopilotness and force you to be present. When you're present, you make decisions on what you want and not knee jerk triggers. That is what has been happening. And that is why you have what you have. Okay. So this week, this entire week, we're going to be working on ascension. We'll probably do ascension exercises every day so that on the day that we have the ascension event, you will already understand, you will already know, and it'll be easier for all of us to just ascend at one time and do what we're supposed to do. It's two parts. There's one part, 3 in the morning. I think that's the time we set it up. So wherever you are, 3 a.m. Central, and then the second part is going to be a little later in the morning. Diona, I don't know if you can talk. You can text me if, or you can come off. If when is the deadline for people to receive the email to confirm to get the private Zoom information?
We said Sunday.
Sunday. So the email should be going out shortly. And when you get the email, all you have to do is say, I'm coming. That's it. I'll be there. And she will then send you the private Zoom information. And I'm telling you now, it's going to be a sacrifice. It's at 3 a.m. Central Time. So if you're behind me, that's 2, that's 1 a.m. If you're in front of me and Eastern, it's 4 a.m. And we're going to do what we need to do. And then we're going to meet again because you have instructions. Okay. There's 2 parts to this. You have a set of instructions in the email, in the body. So this Ascension Day is going to be huge. It's going to change your life. Anytime you honor what God says honor in the word, you're blessed. The feasts, the holy days, when you honor those things that he says into perpetuity, you will be blessed. That's not why we do it. We do it out of relationship, but the heels of what comes is blessings beyond measure. So look out for that email. Anyone who ordered, thank you so much. For those of you who moved quickly and ordered your reset audio, you will get those ASAP. We will work to get those to you today so you can start listening to it today. These audios, I highly recommend listening to them for 63 days, 21 days. You start breaking down your old habit. To another 21 days, you start implementing the new habit. And the last 21 is it's solidified. If you stop before then, the process stops. I'm just telling you now, you have to be consistent. You have to listen to it all 63 days for it to eradicate behavior you want. I have on my website, I'm not my weight, reconnect me, I am serene, I'm a king maker, Mrs. Maker, all different kinds to help with your mind shift. These are limited beliefs. Your limited beliefs are what blocks you from being blessed and having the life that you see in your dream. Okay. I wanted to make sure that everybody had a fighting chance between today and the ascension date. And this is what is going to help you on top of you in the day. So some of these things that you're going to say, your body's going to feel it. You're going to say the phrases on the resource card, your body's going to feel it. And you're going to be like, whoa. If you feel some kind of way when you speak one of the affirmations, stay there. Ask the Holy Spirit, what was that? Why did my body react? Why did my body tense up? Why did my heart just skip a beat? Why did my hands feel all clammy? You're going to notice that when you say a certain phrase, your body's going to respond. That is a block. That is an issue. Deal with it immediately by asking the Holy Spirit to reveal what it is. When you listen to the audio, you're going to immediately feel something. Pay attention to what you feel. Is it calmness? Is it agitated? Is it annoyance? Whatever you feel that's negative, deal with it. That is removing the blocks. It's removing the hindrances. It's removing the limited belief. It's revealing, better yet, the limited belief. Okay. And then as you keep listening to it, you'll start to see, okay, your dreams will be totally different. Your subconscious never sleeps. When you go to sleep, your subconscious still has to tell your body to breathe, your body to pump blood, and your body to do what it needs to do to keep you alive. But when you listen to these reset audios that the Lord has given me specific words to trigger your mind, it bypasses your logical and your carnal thinking, which is your awake state. Oh man, that's not true. That can't happen. I can't go visit God. Things like that. It immediately goes straight in. And when it goes straight in, there's no blocking it. There's no stopping it. Now it's doing what it needs to do. So you guys, let's say these phrases. Let's listen to the audio, because when ascension time comes, I promise you what you saw today is going to be 10 times more vivid on ascension day, because there's an anointing on that day to ascend. These are the things that I'm going to talk to you about behind the scenes on that private Zoom. So I see no questions on neither platform. I want to thank everybody again in advance who moved quickly. I want to thank everybody who always shows up, because you're not just showing up for me, you're showing up for you. This is your elevation time. This is your time to be great. And when I say be great, I mean physically be great. What God has for you on the other side of this ascension is going to blow your mind, because I can guarantee half of you have never celebrated it. You've never physically and intentionally said, I'm going to let this die so that I can ascend and be who I need. What happened when he ascended? That man took over. He took his rightful place. So what do you think's about to happen to you? What do you think is about to happen in your life when you ascend? I want to leave you with that. If you don't know the story, go read the story of when he ascended. Even if you think you know, just go reread it. The couple of days, what he did, how powerful. He went to hell to go get keys. Come on, you guys. But he had to die to get that. Think about what's about to happen. I need y'all to understand the severity of where you are. You are not in this room by accident. I don't care if it's your first time, you pop in and out. I don't care if you believe in God or not. You are on the same frequency of what is about to happen on this earth. And whatever you need, I am here to help you. And God put you in this room at this time for a reason. Because it is your time to get the keys to the kingdom. The keys to the doors that keep slamming in your face. And you know it was supposed to be open. So I thank you guys in advance. Keep shifting with me. If you have any questions, any problems, remember, for those of you who are new, who purchased the reset audio, check your spam. Check everything, junk mail, whatever it's called, promotions folder if you got Google. If you don't receive it, email and just say, hey, I didn't get it. Please follow myself or Deanna on Instagram. That way, if you reach out email and we don't see it, you can reach out on this occasion only via Instagram. Clubhouse, we don't get messages on Clubhouse, so don't. If you purchase it and you're from Clubhouse, don't even bother. Any other platform, email, but we're going to try to send them out today. Okay, so look for the inbox. And actually, when you get it, can you just confirm that you got it and just write received on the reply? That way we know, because we gonna put boundaries around what they trying to do, because they're gonna try. I already know, and I'm putting it out there that we have boundaries and we have a wall of fire around this product, around this reset audio and cars, that it will make it to its destination so that they can ascend properly. So all right, you guys have an amazing rest of your day. This is the best day ever. Make it the best day ever. Keep it the best day ever. Don't let anything take you out of where you are. Remember, on the frequency chart, love is the highest frequency we can walk in, anger is the lowest. Anger can never come up to love. If you are walking in love and all of a sudden someone does something, someone irritates you, and you are now angry, you physically had to take yourself out of the love dimension and bring yourself down to anger. That's not them, that's you. That is being undisciplined. Don't let anyone, I told you, just if someone checks you, if someone says something to you, you get back at them in a week or so. Don't do it this week. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you can hold your tongue, I ask for the angels to put a muzzle on your mouth. I ask for the angels to guard your tongue. I ask for your angels assigned to your ascension to cleave your tongue to the roof of your mouth, so you say nothing. And I even ask for your angels to help you deal with your emotions, not just not say nothing, but even the emotions that want to try to come up to make you say something or falter. And I don't care if it's texting, I don't care if it's written or verbal. Say nothing. No judging, no opinions. Just be. Stay in love and keep it moving. You guys have an amazing day. This room, oh, sorry. Yep, takes more muscle to frown than to smile. Huh, that's a good one. That is a good one. I never thought about that. Exactly. So, yeah, we're staying high. We're staying high. You guys have an amazing day. This room and this live is closing in 3, 2, and 1. Have a good one.